I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day.
Think I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue sky. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue sky. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day.
One more time.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird is spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for the spring, fresh from the world. Sweet the rain's new fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung from completeness where its feet pass. blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the womb.
How many of you people out there been hurt in some kind of love affair? And how many times did you swear that you'd never love again? How many lonely sleepless nights? How many lies? How many fights? And why would you want to put yourself through all that again? Love is pain, I hear you say. Love is that cruel and bitter way of paying you back for all the faith you ever had in your brain. How could it be that when you need the most can leave you feeling just like a ghost? You never feel, you want to feel that sad and lost again. One day you could be looking through an old book in rainy weather. You see a picture of us smiling at you and you were still together. You'd be walking down the street, and who should you chance to meet but that same old smile you've been thinking of all day? Why don't we turn the clock to zero, honey? We'll start the sock and spend the money. We're turning up a brand new day. Turn the clock all the way back. I wonder if she'll take me back. I'm thinking in a brand new way. Turn the clock to zero, sister. You'll never know how much I missed her. Standing in a brand new day, yeah. Turn the clock to zero past, the wither is wide, we'll swim across, starting up a brand new day. It could happen to you, just like it happened to me. There's simply no immunity, no guarantee. Oh, no, no, love is such a force. If you find yourself in it, you just need some time for your reflection. Say, baby, wait a minute, 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 wait a minute. Yeah, oh, why don't we turn the clock to zero, honey? I'll sell the stock, spend the money. We're starting up a brand new day, yeah. Turn the clock to zero, Mac, and begging her to take me back, thinking in a brand new way. Turn the clock to zero miles, the river's wide, we'll swim across. We're starting up a brand new day, yeah. Turn the clock to zero, buddy, we don't want to be no fuddy-duddy. We're starting up a brand new day. I'm the rhythm in your tune, I'm the sun and you're the moon. I'm the bat and you're the cave, you're the beach and I'm the wave. I'm the plow and you're the land, you're the glove and I'm the hand. I'm the train and you're the station. I'm the flagpole and the nation. I'm the threat to your future. You're the wound and I'm the suture. You're the magnet to my bow. You're the devil in my soul. You're the pupil, I'm the teacher. You're the church and I'm the preacher. You're the flower, I'm the rain. You're the tunnel and I'm the train.
Stand up.
You're the crop to my rotation. You're the sum to my equation. I'm the answer to your question. If you follow my suggestion, we can turn this ship around. We'll go up instead of down. You're the panel, I'm the handle. You're the flame and I'm the candle. Stand up, all you lovers in the world. Stand up, stand up and be counted. Every boy and girl. Stand up, all the lovers in the world. We're starting up a brand new day. One more time. Stand up, all you ancestors out there. Stand up!
Starting up a brand new
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Stand up! Everybody in the world. We're starting up a brand new day.
To me, I hear it calling, calling, calling. Hope I hear calling. Hope I hear calling out to you. Could the whispers that we're hearing be the sounds of hope? There is peace that lies within us, crying to be heard. It's the sound of hope that is calling as we feel the change in the world. Every day is a chance to hear it, voices calling out for hope, for hope. Hope I hear calling, hope I hear calling, calling out to you.
I can see empty hands
In the
in the lane of silence, open hearts, finding hearts
as I
find the songs that are crying to be heard.
It's the sound of hope that is calling as we feel a change in the world. Every day is a chance to hear it, voices calling out for hope that will help us believe. Standing for freedom and justice, joining together we sing.
Our
Voices will be heard. It's the sound of hope that is calling as we feel a change in the world. Every day is a chance to hear it, voices calling out.
It's the sound.
It's the sound of hope that is calling as we feel
as we roll down this unfamiliar road. And although this wave is stringing us along, just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home. Settle down, it'll all be clear. Don't pay no mind to the demons, they fill you with fear. Trouble, it might drag you down. If you get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home. Settle down, it'll all be clear. Don't pay no mind to the demons, they fill you with fear. Trouble, it might drag you down. If you get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
blessings, though seemingly but few. Time to take a look at what's within and without you. For health is more than walking, and wealth much more than gold. But kindness so overwhelming as a gentle hand to hold. So God bless us everyone with the riches of the soul, and may hopelessness ne'er be the demon darkening our door. When the world is feeling cold and the sky more gray than blue, and the snow it seems to lie heavy-heartedly on you, remember when you see us, the hungry, lame, the meek, who would feed us, heal us, keep us, is the same one that you seek. For joy is more than dancing, good cheer much more than wine. But love is all unfolding as beholding hearts entwined. So God bless us everyone with the riches of the soul, and may hopelessness ne'er be the demon darkening our door. When the world is feeling cold and the sky more gray than blue, and the snow it seems to lie heavy-heartedly on you, to the counting house of blessings may we often chance to stray, and in company together spend many's the night and day. So God bless us everyone with the riches of the soul, and may hopelessness ne'er be the demon darkening our door. Yes, God bless us everyone with the riches of the soul, and may hopelessness ne'er be the demon darkening our door. And may hopelessness ne'er be the demon darkening our door. And may hopelessness ne'er be the demon darkening our door.
Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Silver Spring. My name is Jeffrey and I am today's worship associate. I hope you and yours have enjoyed a warm and safe holiday season. We had originally planned to offer today's service both online and in person in our sanctuary. But sadly, we have had to return to all virtual worship services as a result of the spike in COVID cases in the DC area. Today's service is pre-recorded with a focus on setting our intentions for the new year ahead. There are no religious education classes for children and youth this holiday weekend, and our buildings are closed. Church staff have had the week off and will return to remote office hours this week. As a reminder about virtual services via YouTube, you can log into Google for the chat. The chat will not be available for later playback, but it's good to keep in mind that during the premiere, everything we type is public. For any who are tuning into the premiere and would like to watch this service with American Sign Language interpretation, please tune into the ASL Zoom room shared in the All Church email and as displayed on your screen now. Now, I invite you to go and get a chalice, candle, or flashlight so you can join in kindling the flame of community. If you don't have something handy, I invite you to go and get it now. And now, we would like to take a moment to thank all those who have made this morning's service possible. Please join me in the words on your screen as we light our chalices and reaffirm our congregational commitment. May this light warm our hearts with love and caring and guide us in the ways of truth. As we gather here for worship, we pledge ourselves to the endless search for truth, to the right of each to believe as mind, heart, and conscience dictate, to accept the responsibilities this freedom commands, and to implement our belief in the essential worth and dignity of every human being. May it be so. And now, let us join in singing our song of exaltation.
Since what we choose is what we are, and what we love we yet shall be. The goal may ever shine afar, the will to reach it makes us free.
Long, long ago, before people made matches or candles or even houses, people knew that fire was special. There was the great fire in the sky, the sun, which made the earth warm and made night into day. And there were the smaller fires that people made, fires that cooked their food and kept them warm and brought them light. People honored the fires because fire was special. Fire was more than human. Fire has power. It can create and it can destroy. It can bring light and it can burn. Fire can be wonderful and fire can be terrible. We have to be careful with fire. And so people thought that fire was something sacred and holy. Some people even worshipped it and said it was a deity, like a god or goddess. Or other people said fire wasn't actually the deity, but just meant the deity was there. No matter what they believed, people all over the world gave fire a special place in their religions. They had fires in their homes, of course, to cook food and keep warm, and they also had sacred fires in their temples. They set sacred lamps on their altars. They lit sacred bonfires outside on the hilltops and in the groves. They placed sacred torches near the graves of those who died. We still do this today. In Washington, D.C., near the tomb of the unknown soldier, burns an eternal flame that never goes out. At Diwali, Hindus set small lamps all around the house. A week ago, we celebrated Christmas Eve by candlelight. And when Unitarian Universalists gather, we light a chalice. This is our sacred fire.
Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, near in the struggle and the power. Spirit, draw near. Gather near in the mystery of the hour. Gather near in one strong body. Gather near in the struggle and the power. Spirit, draw near. Gather near in the mystery of the hour. Gather near in one strong body. Gather near in the struggle and the power. Spirit, draw near. Draw near me. Spirit, draw near me. Draw near me. Spirit, draw near me. Draw near me. Spirit, draw near me. Draw
Good morning, everyone, and Happy New Year! I am so excited to be here with you this morning. I'm going to share a story. This story is a Zen Buddhist story about two monks. When we think about the new year, lots of times we're thinking about what we want to achieve, what we want to have happen in the new year, and we also think about what we are letting go of with the old year. I invite you to think about what you are letting go of as you listen to this story. A long time ago, two Buddhist monks went on a journey. One was a young monk and the other a much older monk. Eventually, their path led them to the shore of a cold, wide, fast-flowing river. As they were trying to figure out the best place to try and cross this river, they spotted a woman who was also trying to cross. "Hi," she called out to them. "Would you two help me cross this river? I don't think I can do it alone." Now, back in those days, monks weren't even supposed to talk to women, and these monks had each taken a vow of celibacy, meaning they were never supposed to marry. In spite of these rules, the elder monk hoisted the woman up on his shoulder and carried her across the river. The young monk was shocked. He couldn't believe the elder monk had broken his vows. But the younger monk said nothing. After a little while, the senior monk noticed that his companion had become silent and withdrawn. "Is there something the matter, brother? You seem angry," he said. "I'm angry that you carried the woman across the river," said the young monk. "You know it's against the rules." And he crossed his arms and frowned. "I left that woman a long time ago at the bank of the river," replied the elder, "but you seem to be carrying her still." What do you think the monk meant by this? I think the monk was talking about the ways carrying a grudge can hurt us, especially if we carry it for a long time. Grudges can weigh us down and can even change who we are. While it's right to feel angry sometimes, like when we see injustice or when people are being treated unfairly, there are many times when we can let go of or put down our anger or resentment. Like the older monk, we don't need to keep carrying it. Our faith invites us to live lives shaped by our love instead of by our grudges. When we are shaped by love, we can lead lives that are more full of joy and love. I hope that you can practice laying down grudges so you are free to follow wherever goodness and joy are leading you.
I invite everyone of all ages now into our time of sharing joys and sorrows. Grown-ups, this is a great time to ask the kids in your household if they have joys or sorrows they'd like to share. In a moment, you'll be invited to type them into the chat box during the music. Just remember, everything shared in that chat box will be public during the live broadcast. The work of caring for one another is the privilege of the whole community, and every act of care and support strengthens the whole. Every person can offer care to others, whether you've been a part of this congregation for a decade or just a day. I encourage everyone to make a note of the people whose joys and sorrows touch your heart and reach out to them this week. It means a lot to know we're held in community. If there's something heavy on your heart or difficult in your life and you'd appreciate more support, please send an email to layministers@uucss.org and either they or I will be in touch with you. And if you're watching this service later as a recording, I invite you to take a moment, maybe even pausing the video, so you can meditate, reflect, or lift up your joys or sorrows and those of the world in prayer. Let us now open our hearts to the joys and sorrows this gathered community has to share. There is a quiet courage in the choice to let go of the past, in the choice to be present in this new day, to live for this hour, this moment, and to believe in its possibility, to release the regrets, to stop the spinning stories of what was and is no longer, to accept this gift, to believe that we are worthy still of happiness, of ease, of delight, and hope, to believe we have all we need to heal already, and to receive this wholeness with ready hearts and open hands, saying only, thank you. Let us practice this surrender together, gathering up all the brave boldness we know can be found in our bones and blood if we will breathe together, knowing ourselves a part of this one life filled with mystery, creativity, and power, changing us, growing us, and calling us into partnership with all that is.
Blessed Spirit of my life, give me strength through stress and strife. Help me live with dignity. Let me know serenity. Fill me with a vision. Clear my mind of fear and confusion. When my thoughts flow restlessly, let peace find a home in me. Spirit of great mystery, hear the still small voice in me. Help me live my wordless creed as I comfort those in need. Fill me with compassion, be the source of my intuition. Then when life is done for me, let love be my legacy.
Before I begin my homily today, I invite you to go and find 2 small pieces of paper and something to write with. These don't have to be fancy. They can be Post-it notes, a piece of paper you cut or tear in half, or even the back of a receipt. It doesn't really matter. We'll need them in a few minutes. But first, I want to talk about the new year, 2022. Whether this particular year feels as surreal to you as it does to me, the change from one year to another means different things to different people. Most folks I know observe New Year's Eve in one of 3 ways. For the first group, New Year's Eve is just another night, the passage from one year to the next no more or less significant than the passage from one day to another. After all, there isn't anything special about January 1st. Any day of the year could be New Year's Day, if you really think about it. The second group is the people who use New Year's Eve as an excuse to throw a big party. Think of the people in the crowds we see on TV, on city centers all over the world on New Year's Eve. I think this was mostly in pre-pandemic times. Even my mom falls into this category in her own way. Every year growing up, we'd take a mid-afternoon nap on New Year's Eve, and then make all of our favorite appetizer foods to snack on during the long wait until midnight. As the ball dropped, we'd enjoy our Shirley Temples and pigs in blankets and sing Auld Lang Syne. It's a far cry from the huge champagne-drenched parties lots of people throw, but we had our fun. These days, I fall into a third category. We're the people who can't help but start to feel nostalgic, reflective at the passing of another year. Though most Americans probably don't have any idea what the words mean, this is the gist of the New Year's classic song from Scotland, Auld Lang Syne. That phrase, Auld Lang Syne, roughly means for old time's sake, and it's about taking a nostalgic look at the past year and continuing old friendships. We'll take a cup of kindness yet for Auld Lang Syne. Though I'll be the first to admit the past year hasn't had as much as others that I want to bring with me into the future. It's been hard to even differentiate much between the last 2 years in my mind. I imagine the pandemic years will come to be talked about as one unit or an era rather than separate years. It's true that we never really know what lies ahead, but we live in especially anxious times. The news is overwhelming, and it's clearer now than ever just how much the future hangs on a lot of the decisions being made these days. It can be tough to bounce between doing the laundry and cooking dinner and doing schoolwork to news of things like wildfires and floods, the day's COVID Act Now data, and the latest story about people refusing to take even the simplest measures to keep themselves and others safe. Lots of people think of the new year as an opportunity for a new start. It's a time to set new goals, try to form new habits, even bury the hatchet. It's one thing to try and build bridges back into relationships with friends and family with whom we might have had disagreements in the last year, but it can be harder to know how to focus our energy in a society with so little accountability, where personal freedom has come to so largely outweigh a sense of community obligation. In such times, it's easy for resentment and hate to make a home in our hearts, for anger to take up residence where compassion and understanding might have once lived. So, my beloved people, I ask you, what do we need to let go of, shift focus from, so we can concentrate on what we love most? Given our reality here and now, what burdens do we need to put down so that we can take up the lives, the purpose, the abundant paths we feel called toward? In past years before the pandemic, I used to lead a service like this one on the first Sunday of the new year, where I'd invite people to write down the things they want to let go of on flash paper, and everyone would have the chance to consign their piece of paper to the flaming chalice. Unfortunately, since the risk level in the entire DMV is in the severe category right now, we can't do that together in person today. Nevertheless, I invite you to think about what you would like to let go of. Maybe you wish to give up a goal you set that no longer fits. Maybe you want to let go of some anger or a particular thought pattern that's holding you back. Once you know what it is, if you wish, find a small piece of paper and write that thing down. Later, if you make a fire in your fireplace, or if you can safely kindle your piece of paper over a fireproof bowl or your kitchen sink, you can place your slip of paper into it. Or you could just crumble it up into a ball and feel the release from whatever you wrote on it as you toss it into the recycling bin or the trash. Whatever you choose to do with it later, let's take a moment now to reflect. Write down the things we'd like to let go of and release them. Now that we've let go of those things that no longer serve us, it's time to think about the things we do want to hold on to, the things we want to guide us into the future. It's time to set our intentions for 2022. We might not feel nostalgic about much of anything in the last year or two, but maybe we have made insights, learned important lessons this year that we hope will help shape the year ahead. I invite you to take a moment and write down your intentions for 2022. The new year is a reminder that no year lasts forever, no era lasts forever, and no life lasts forever. This is both a warning and a blessing. The blessings we enjoy today won't last forever, but the challenges we face today will also one day pass. As we begin 2022, may we remember that how we use our time matters. May we find blessing in pursuing the purpose and direction and intentions we set today. And may our path bring us pleasure, joy, fulfillment, and beauty this year. And whether it's for old time's sake or for the future, may we all take the cups of kindness where we find them. Happy New Year, everyone.
The communal life of this congregation is made possible by the generosity of the people who call it their own. It takes a lot of time, energy, commitment, and good humor, leadership, and money to fund all that we do in each other's lives and in the lives of the wider community. We are thankful for all the ways people share their gifts, and today we ask everyone tuning in to this service to make a financial contribution to support this community and help us continue offering services like this. There are many ways you can make your financial gift today. The first is by downloading the Vanco Mobile Faith Engagement app from Vanco and set up an account. For those who have been making offerings using the Give Plus mobile app, please know that that app has been retired. Please follow the instructions on the screen to download the new Vanco Mobile Faith Engagement app and select UUCSS in order to give. The second way to give is by using your mobile phone to text a message to 833-880-1363. And if the app and texting don't work for you, checks can always be mailed directly to the church. The offering will now be given and received with gratitude.
$525,600 minutes, 525,000 moments, oh dear. 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year? In daylights, in sunsets, in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches, in miles, in laughter, in strife. In 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year in the life? How about love? sense of love.
May the gifts we have given fuel the flame of our commitment, empower us to serve out our mission, and give the life we share the shape of truth, love, and justice.
Captain's log. Stardate 41533.7. The crew and I have been sent back to Earth's past. Still no understanding of why, this place and this time.
Captain, I found a sign which might be a clue to why we are here.
All right, let's see it.
UUCSS Out of This World Auction, January 23rd, 2022, at 12 p.m., maybe in person. 4:30 p.m., frantic bidding and closing Zoom. 5 p.m., bidding closes.
January 23rd, that's in a few weeks' time. But what are we supposed to do before then? Wait a minute, is that another sign?
Yes, it is.
It says January 15th, 7:30 p.m., virtual opening event. But how do we know how to participate in this event?
Captain, I found another sign. January 9th, Sunday coffee hour, training on how to bid.
All right, so if we go to this event, Sunday coffee hour, we will know how to bid on that auction. But why today? Why today's time? There's another sign at the top of that small mountain. Lieutenant, can you read it?
Yes, if I climb that ladder. January 2nd, last day to submit. See church email or Uniter for URL.
All right, so now we know why today. Why we are here today. But why this auction?
I know why. If we don't go to this auction, our future is doomed.
Please join me in the words for extinguishing our chalices. Carry the flame of peace and love until we meet again.
Go in peace, free from the burdens of the past, with heart and mind open for all the new year will bring. Our worship now has ended and our service begins.